Break it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to something very new and very exciting, namely the first ever live stream preview of our Aspire 2017 finalist entry. I'm Ephemeral, and I'll be your host for this evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is, wherever you live, as we take our first steps into something that we on the team really hope to make a somewhat regular feature. Welcome, my friends, to Aspire. The one contest where all the rules are thrown out the window. Anything, and I mean anything, goes. If the game can handle it, it's fair game. No pattern is too hard, no jump too large. If it is gruesome enough to make auto miss, you're probably going to get bonus points for it. Well, not really, but you get the idea. This year, we put out a brand new challenge to all mappers. Come forth and conquer the grueling 6-minute hell of Hellblind's Solace of Oblivion from his latest album, Ephemerality. Past contests were all about how much you could shove into only a minute or two of mapping, tasking the creative minds of our community to make the most of every beat available. This year, however, it is all about the length. As they say, longer is always better. Throwing back to the memories of RLC's The Pretender and Charles 445's Dragons, we really wanted people to pull out all the stops and make the most out of the song in its entirety, and give us something lengthy to drown out the tedium of 2016's endless slog TV-size anime opening. Over 30 brave entrants rose to the challenge. Only 12 now remain. Their work tersely approved by our dream team of judges. And speaking of judges, without further ado, please allow me to introduce, known by essentially everybody who has ever played the game at some point in the past 2 years. He goes by many titles: the Lord of Triangles, the Master of the Inferno, the community's favorite mapper of 2016, as proven by popular vote, and last year's aspirant. Love him, hate him, do whatever you want, but you know who he is. It's Monstrata.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank
And
you.
alongside him, we have one of... God damn it, I told you not to. We have one of OSA's most prolific mappers, having created and guided a whopping 119 big maps all the way through the ranking. An eminent force in 2013 and 2015's mapping scene, a regular fixture in the World Cup commentary of all kinds, and chances are, if you've tuned into this channel even once before, you already know who he is. It's Zetrot.
Heyo, how's it going, Twitch fans? How you doing?
Oh, and that's not all. We've also got one of OSA's most critically acclaimed mappers, winner of this year's Mappers' Choice Awards as hosted by Handsome, the dulcet voice that peels away the mysteries of mapping and meta, and a man so quality that he even has the word in his title, Pishyfat.
Hello there. That's it.
Exceptional.
I'm done. Goodbye. Dang.
That's it, he's done. That's all we got him in for. Anyway, speaking of quality assured, to round off the roster at last, and certainly not least, someone who I have begged far too often to judge in these contests, accomplished mapper in his own right, and but one of many exemplary individuals involved in the recently reborn ranking criteria, Okorin.
I'm supposed to scream something in German now, but I'll just nod. Hello there.
Hello there.
Yes.
Ooh. Now, the sheer expertise in this team is honestly intimidating. We've got old, Zetrot. We've got new, everyone else. We've got practically everyone you could ever need to judge a contest. And I'm excited, honestly. I'm always too damn excited about these things. We should just get the fucking maps already. But
Ding.
shut up. There are just a few more things we need to go over. In a couple of moments, the voting for Aspire 2017 will go live. And if you miss any of the previews we're about to show, fear not, there are links to a video of each entry on the voting page so that you may browse the abject insanity without breaking your own game in the process. And believe me, your game will break if you do not follow our instructions on that page. The judges can attest. If you want to see them for yourself, we will be providing links to download all the OSCs on the listing page as well. Just make sure you very closely follow the instructions, specifically disabling hit lighting, or your game will crash and you will not see anything and you will cry. You will blame Peppy and you'll be like, where the hell is Laser? When in fact you just didn't click a button on the options menu because we told you to. Anyway, here's how this whole thing is going to work. We're going to play a video of each entry on screen. And with the name of that entry will be in the bottom right corner of the stream, and it'll also be in a little bar next to the Aspire logo. If you like that entry, you write down its name somewhere, and you visit the voting page, and you hammer the button for that entry like you're trying to single tap Freedom Dive. Okay? All good? Got it? Of course you do. You've got it. You're all smart people. You're mostly going to hear gasps of awe and screaming from me, but our 4 expert judges really know what they're talking about, and they very much know how the beat maps do. So take notes of their thoughts and use their expert opinions to guide your own as you go forth and you vote for what you think is the best. Or just completely ignore them and vote for whichever one sounds the funniest. I don't know, do whatever you like, you're free people. Anyway, I've waffled on enough, so let's get started. Lock tab, do the thing! Okay, you can all talk.
All right,
Very
okay,
formal.
so yeah, very formal, Ephemeral. I'm actually quite impressed. But yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of this Aspire for the judging, getting to cut things down and really see how mappers could push the limits of us is crazy. And let me tell you, they really push the limits here. There are quite a few entries that will break your client. I know myself and the other judges had quite a few problems, especially because I didn't read, just like quite a few of you will not read and not turn off hit lighting, and then your game will just explode and you'll be like, what happened? It happened to me.
So this is our first entry, Astonished Cormorant. All of us that have worked on the stream absolutely hate it because we've seen it like 300 million times, but that's not important to you. Just keep in mind, this is the first one, so, you know, maybe hold off on your votes a little bit before you've seen some of the others, just to put them in perspective a little bit.
This is one of the coolest entries, though, I have to say.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I really like what was done with the sliders and how they were able to do that. Now, during the end right here where they have the cut circles, I didn't really care for that myself, but a lot of really cool slider work is done with this one. And the holds that these are, those aren't actually circles. If you've been under a rock, you might think they're circles, but they're not. They're holds.
Yeah. I like how they use like the black color too with the storyboard. It like blends in, creates this like flashlight effect.
I couldn't even imagine trying to play this.
As I
Especially some
first played
sections.
this entry, I just instantly failed on one of those really fast repeat sliders. Like they just took me by surprise because they just instantly kill you if you don't hit them on time.
A lot of stuff will instantly kill you on this if you don't do it right, let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't think we made it clear in the rules here, like when Ephemeral talked about them, but like one of the requirements for Aspire is it has to be like passable by auto. Come on.
That's it. That's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally the only rule.
That
And people
slider
take
though.
Yeah, people take a lot of freedom with that, which I was glad to see.
People have been taking more freedom with it in this contest compared to the other ones for sure.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
The first contest was super tame compared to the second one. This one's just like some of the entries are completely insane. This
Yeah,
one
but
really-
That shit.
yeah. We did get some entries that played it safe, but those are gone. We don't like
Yeah.
playing it safe in Aspire. We want to play it crazy.
Yeah.
Like you literally get bonus points for crashing the game, in my opinion. I did like that there were a few people that not only made the maps really crazy,
yo,
but they
that's pretty
actually,
cool.
yeah, they took the actual extra time to also like storyboard too. And this is one of those that went into that and took that little bit of extra time to not only storyboard, but really make the map work with the storyboard as well.
Yeah, like it really integrates into the game too and creates this like suspenseful effect too. Like you don't always know where the circles are and you can't always tell because of the approach rate, right? Sometimes it's just black.
And that's helped by the like black slider border.
Yeah.
Yeah, the storyboard here isn't complex really, but it's
But-
effective.
Yeah, it does exactly what it needs to do, and it creates that extra just sense of what?
Yeah, like this, right? You can't really like tell, but you can tell where the spacings are based on the pattern.
Yeah, these rain sliders were absolutely ridiculous. And when it does get to the dark section, literally the only type of visual you have to go on there is the little bit of approach circle you see on the white border of the circle itself.
Whenever I play this entry, I just guess whatever.
That's pretty much all you can do. Like, there were so many of these, I just had to like hold and pray to God, because
I took no fail and then just like prayed that I get at least some of these right.
yeah, when I was, I don't think I actually played this one except with no fail, and I watched it on auto a whole lot.
I'm wondering, when you guys played this, were you using the default skin or just your own skins?
Yeah, I used the default just that way. I didn't have
I
any
was
type
using
of...
the map skin.
Yeah, the map has an override skin.
Oh, it does?
Really?
I think so. Like
I'm
for
kinda
mine, it
salty now.
changed. Yeah.
I don't know though. I personally felt that this one, it had really strong beginning, and the end was kind of okay, but like when it cooled down, I guess like, you know, just for the sake of giving somebody a fighting chance, it got a little bit more easier. But I was kind of, it felt like it was most creative in about the beginning and the mid sections.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
intro
like
is,
the
like,
thematic
especially good.
like concept though, of using the black color and the
Yeah.
lack of approach circle sometimes. Yeah.
I appreciated it somewhere near the middle where like the game like completely froze up because there was too many spinners at once. I appreciate breaking the game.
Yeah, something happened in the middle or something and it just froze. I couldn't actually get it to load.
All right.
So what do you guys think overall as a cohesive kind of difficulty? What did you think of that?
Like in terms of playability, I wouldn't put it very high. I feel like, yeah, it's playable to an extent, but some of the stuff it really did with the sliders and the fact that there was a lot of, you could tell that there was a lot of thought put into creations, really like gave it up there for me. That's why it's one of the ones that I did say was pretty decent. The storyboard, while not super crazy, it was enough to where it did what it needed to get across. And
Yeah,
for
I
me,
agree.
yeah, for me, that was like literally the main thing. In terms of playability, though, I wouldn't put this one too high.
I appreciated just like how clear the gimmicks it was using were. Like within each different section of the music, it was clearly using some different idea. Especially noticeable near the beginning. That's when like the ideas had a lot of contrast.
What about you, Okrin? Thoughts?
What I liked about this entry is that it utilized black combo colors in a way that like plays differently from any other entry. It just makes you think when you play it without the storyboard on that you should probably try playing it with the storyboard on and then the storyboard is black as well.
Mm-hmm. You know, the only other map I've ever seen that did that was a David Wise Donkey Kong Country map. It was set to a minecart. I'm dead serious. It was set to the minecart level, and like the storyboard would have the lights on, and you could see everything normally. And then when the lights cut off, it just was nothing but black hit circles. So you're just like, what? And
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever seen it. But this shows that it can be done. I think it's a really neat gimmick. I'd like to see more like eye tricks. And you don't have to just do it with black. You can literally mess with any color as long as you get it set to the proper approach.
Yeah, I was gonna actually submit an entry to this Aspire, and I was doing like the opposite of this, where everything was white, with some weird skinning effects.
You should still do that, so I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take,
next,
you know,
next time.
just
Makes
take
us fire.
take the extra 10, 15 hours that it might take you to make it, unless you're like a god mapper. And yeah, just no contest. We just want to see it. Just do it.
All right, so moving on to the next one.
Oh, this one has a storyboard too.
Yeah, this one's storyboard. It's another simplistic one, but I really like this. I like this kind of idea behind it, and I thought it was pretty nice in that retrospect.
Just a quick little note, the little H in the back there is Hellburn's logo. So if you're wondering why that's there.
Yeah, why is it so pixelated? Why is it supposed to be like that?
I think it's upscaled massively actually.
Yeah, it's super upscale. Dude, I just love how clean hold sliders have gotten lately. Like, they're just getting so good.
They almost look official now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And these wiggle sliders too, like, I'm mad love for those.
These are actually quite playable in terms of like wiggle sliders.
Yes. Like, that was one of the things I really liked about this one, is even though I'm not that great when it comes to like the newer metas as standard, this map I could actually play. I got the 2-button gimmick really quick. It wasn't too hard to figure out. And then this one's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, I like how like for the 2-button gimmicks, like he's basically like the mapper is trying to force you to like click in between the 2 circles rather than clicking them. Yeah, it's more interesting that way. And it's like you're not trying to aim at the actual center of each circle, you're aiming at the center of a pattern instead.
Exactly. And it makes it a lot more playable, like instead of just like having, I mean there is some 2-button action in the sliders as well, which those are actually pretty playable.
There's a few sections like this one where it just goes kind of, this is a stream practice map or something.
Yeah.
At least that's what I felt like when looking at it.
My opinion is, compared to the last map, this one's not quite up there, I guess. Like, it does a lot of stuff that's not too special for Aspire. 'Cause, I mean, like, the 2B stuff and weird slider gimmicks, they're in, like, every entry. So, I mean,
True.
it's not...
Oh, yo, hexagons.
What
This part here, I guess.
this
something
part here
special.
is something special for this map only. I don't know why it's only doing it in this part, but yeah, like
It's a pretty cool gimmick though.
I like how like this like repeat circles are like, or the repeat arrows are actually pointing to like the next object. Like in the direction of the next object. Up and down.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
I never noticed that. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
It's really,
shit.
it's really nice, but I feel like the reason why this gimmick was only used in this section here is it would get old pretty quick. And I feel like the mapper definitely knew that he had like maybe 1 or 2 places he could do it, but I was kind of surprised it didn't get a revisit at all. Because then,
Could have done with the outro, for sure.
Yeah.
The outro was, like, the same sort of user return.
and then here again, it kind of feels like it's just like Open said, a stream practice map. Like I feel the freedom dive right here.
what I'm wondering is that the mapper like took the opportunity to have a storyboard interact with the objects on the playfield and only did it once. Like all the other sections don't really require you to play it with a storyboard.
Oh yo, this part is really cool though.
Slider animation thing.
I feel like it's playable too, like if you know how to do it, but it might take a few tries.
Yeah.
It is cool, but I feel kind of the same as what I said with the 2B stuff. I mean, like, the thing about Spire is that it's cool when each map innovates, and the thing with last Aspire, like the one you won, Monstrata, you won because like the slider animations were really cool. That was like something no one's ever seen before. But this map, it's like it sort of just took that again. See right at the end
Yeah.
of it too.
Like they tried to hit where the iron was hot, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's not as special if someone already did it. So
very true. Like, I mean, the most redeeming quality on this one would definitely be that storyboard section because it takes intuitive tips and it kind of gives its own like tutorial while you're playing it because it gives you a heads up of where stuff's gonna be and it explains things a little bit.
Yeah, I just wish like the spice could be like integrated with the background a bit better.
Yeah,
Like
it
the
did
gray
kind of
circles
just seem
did,
like
like-
it was overlaid.
One interesting thing to note is that the little dust parallax effect in the background actually does speed up depending on the intensity of the map, which was a pretty cool touch, I think.
Yeah,
It's a very minor one, like it's not really Aspire level stuff.
yeah. I just wish they tied it in like with the map better, because it feels like it's just one effect.
Yeah, I agree completely. Honestly speaking, I don't know. I think that the discussion on that was pretty robust. Unless anyone has anything else to say.
I blame Monstrata for raising my expectations too high.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I would say, like, in terms overall, like, the most redeemable section was that storyboard section. I
Yeah.
felt like it was one of the more playable maps, for sure. But outside of that, really, that's the only thing that was, like, really, oh, hey, wow, that's really cool. I mean, the storyboard work, that's neat and all, and I don't mean to discredit it. I know that took a lot of work to do. But we've seen people do way wilder storyboards on something that isn't Aspire. So really, I mean, it's not really too much in my opinion. I'd say it's really decently made and you can tell that there's a lot of thought put into it, but it's not something that's just like going to jump right off the page for me. It's like, hey, it's really good. It deserves to be up in the 12, but I don't know. I guess I'd give it a meh.
Yeah, I think that the storyboard gimmick, like, you could even do it in a ranked map and get it ranked pretty easily. Maybe not with the reverse slider stuff, but you could do something very similar, and I don't know, it could have been something more.
So, Corin, your thoughts?
Except for that, like one part where it interacted with the storyboard, there's like a huge chunk of it just a stream practice map, which
Yeah.
kind of puts the entry down. On
Freedom
my
Dive
list.
featuring Monstrata sliders.
No, I felt like the last chorus, like the Ki, it felt just like a normal map to me. Like there wasn't a lot of unrankable stuff or anything like really innovative that was happening there. Like yeah, it felt kind of normal to me.
Alright, I guess we'll move on to the next one then.
Right?
All right, Courageous Badger.
I do like how every map so far has done some stuff with like skinning or backgrounds. 'Cause, I mean, there were a lot of entries that had like no assets at all, which
Yes.
most of them were ruled out just because they weren't like high enough quality, I guess.
Yeah, there was one. There was one, in my opinion, on the no assets that really did it good, but that's just me. I felt it was really playable, and it did some really crazy crap.
Yeah, I think there's actually only one entry in this that actually used no assets at all, like in the
Yeah.
top 12.
I think it might be the one I'm talking about. I hope it is. If not, it's okay. But yeah, this starts out pretty simplistic, like it feels like it's going to be normal, and then shit hits the fan. But it's not so crazy that it's really breaking anything at the moment.
It looks a lot like just contemporary normal map, from what I see.
There's like a few really short sliders thrown in, but apart from that, this part of the map is pretty normal as far as stuff goes.
I don't even know if it's intentional, but like the way it switches has like two really white combo colors, but the reverse arrows are like black and white. I feel like he didn't plan that at all, but that's pretty cool.
I think
I
as
did
far as playability goes, this entry is probably one of the most playable among like all the 12 entries we're gonna show here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I did like, the one thing I did like about this is I thought it was pretty interesting, like with that slider pattern he did right there. he worked it in a way where you can still hit everything that's going on and then make it back to the slider, and that is really nice.
Yeah, there were a couple entries that they do that like weird slider 2D stuff, but they don't account for like pick rate stuff.
Suddenly followings.
Yeah, you can't really play those at all.
The last few sliders looked like an Oddshell reference.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think it might be this one or the next one that goes like for the entire climax. It's all
Oh yeah. No, I think that's another one.
it's a common thing. More interesting than stream practice stuff for sure. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the movement on this one too.
Yeah,
Like
it flows
it-
pretty well.
Yeah, it felt like it really followed the intensity of the music. Like, I will give it props on that. Like, it really did good with that. When you're watching it on Auto, like we see here, it almost feels like you're just watching a visualization, and that's kind of really nice.
This part has something similar to the last map, but without the storyboard stuff behind it.
It's kind of sad they didn't do this part.
What do you mean?
It's like a pretty interesting part of the song.
Oh, he didn't.
I feel.
And oh, I bet he just left that out.
Yeah, just put a break. Okay, but that slider, dude, that is actually so hard to do. Like, from my experience, anyways.
So, and welcome back to Notshell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just this map.
I know there's nothing really unrankable with it, but I really like that B pattern slider stuff that he did.
Yeah.
It just felt good. And to be quite honest, before I started judging these, I didn't think any of these were actually going to feel decent. But I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought, oh man, this is gonna be horrible. Like, cause I'm not really that great. I mean, I can do some hard maps, but dude, I haven't played seriously or tried to get decent with high jumps and anything like that in a long time. So the fact that I could actually play some of these and not just like have to watch them on auto was a pleasant surprise for me. I'm old, guys. You know, I have to have a cane.
I'm kind of disappointed. Otto didn't even mess up once.
No, auto did not mess up. That's why like playability on this one was massive.
Mediocre.
Too safe.
Kinda.
Yeah, I guess.
I really like that like O slider though, that like slowed down and then sped up. It's really hard to do that with like a curved slider and still make it look so nice.
Dude, that was a perfect curve too. It looked really clean. It looked like it was 3 points, and then you actually see it played out, and you're like, no, that's not 3 points. That's a
It's
whole
like
lot of
100 points.
yeah. That's a whole lot of foolery going on there.
Yeah, I'm like convinced that they use some kind of like coding like software to like make that slider. Like I can't even replicate
that
that. I
hard?
think. Yeah. Cause like just like making my slider, like the one I did for Aspire, it took like 2 hours, and that was like no pad editing and stuff like that.
The entire entry, I liked it more than the last one, but I think it still was kind of too safe for what I'm like interested in this contest. It had some gimmicks, but they weren't all that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think the different gimmicks it used didn't really like mix well together.
No,
there
because it was too safe.
And not because it was too safe, but because every of these gimmicks, each of these gimmicks were like drastically different from each other, and
Like they were done for gimmick's sake, right?
they
Like, not
they
funny.
were done for like having gimmicks.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
If you could have just taken a normal map and stuck in some weird stuff, we wouldn't have even noticed. Could have been this.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple of those. Like if you got rid of the 1 or 2 gimmicks you put in, you probably could just have a rankable map.
Yeah, but I like how like the map changes some like different playstyles as you go along. Like for example, the last Ki is all sliders, but like the first Ki and the intro were all like streams and then sliders and jumps. So he does like change on different elements of gameplay into another, depending on the song.
Yeah, and that's good that he keeps it variable. But after that first initial playthrough, it kind of just...
Yeah. Alright, on to the next one.
Yes. And the next one we have is Destructive Axolotl. Axolotl? Okay.
How do you pronounce that?
Actil Toddle.
Axolotl. Axolotl.
Axolotl! Oh!
That's a lot of axolotl. I'm sorry, I won't ever do that again.
No,
So-
do it all the time.
Okay, go.
All right, so I'm watching this thing already. Is everybody on time with me here?
Yeah.
We see
Yeah,
a little
we
bit
are.
I don't know what
Yeah.
time you're on, so
See, I see
I'm
a
on
little
something.
bit of.
Oh,
I
that
see a
came
little
out
bit of-
wrong.
Oh man, I
The
see
judges
some
will be a
two-button
little
play
bit
going
behind.
here. But the two-button play that is going on here is kind of just like two-button for the sake of two-button. But that perfect like pause, well, it looked like a perfect pause. It was pretty impressive. But I don't think we see enough of that. In
No, the
here.
2-button isn't just for the sake of it. It's following the piano thing, right? Or that high-pitched thing at the
Yes,
background.
the two buttons are following the piano.
Yeah, I mean, I know
So it's-
I know
yeah.
it's following something, but I mean, like, in terms of like hitability, it's like they're really close. Which I guess isn't too bad of a thing.
It's not the point of the contest, but I think the map looks pretty good visually.
Yeah, it has like really good aesthetics.
Oh yeah, this one had really nice aesthetics. Like
Looks
in
like
terms
someone
of-
someone who knows how to make a rankable map for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I know this might sound weird, but I feel like if Charles was to continue mapping and did something for Aspire again, it might look something like this. If he
Except
would
that it would probably have hit sounds, I think.
yeah, it would definitely have hit sound.
I don't know. I think he'd experiment a little more than that.
These are pretty cool though. Like, if they were on a ranked map, I would be like, wow, that's pretty fun to do. It's just not
Just
too
seems like a
innovative for this map, for this kind of contest.
I think a lot of people get hung up on the fact that the Aspire maps don't necessarily have to be the most clean things in the world as far as playing goes. It's good if they are, obviously.
They have to be interesting in some way.
Yeah, they're more.
I think they messed up on the
spectacle
slider.
I feel like a broken record by saying this, but I feel like, again, this one, like the last two, doesn't really do much that's new, I guess.
I agree with you.
It doesn't really attempt to break anything major.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Oh, but then again, like, there's not a lot of stuff we can actually innovate, like, going forward.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the other entries I know have more interesting stuff than this, at least.
Yeah. It's like one element though.
Yeah,
So-
but I mean, overall as a whole, I think this one's really clean and it's very playable. While it doesn't do too much on the edge of stuff, I did look for like playability and how much enjoyment you can actually get out of the map, because even if the map breaks stuff in a really cool and unique way, it's not really that great if it's not playable. So I mean, at some point, playability's got to be taken into account, at least on my end.
I
This
much
slider
prefer
section
just seeing
looks
stuff that's cool. Stuff that looks cool is a lot more important for me in this contest than stuff that plays really well. Maybe that's just me.
Oh, and that's totally fine. I'm glad that it's different like that, you know? Because if everybody was looking for the same stuff, like, the maps wouldn't vary at all. You would have just cut it down to, like, who can break the editor the best.
I just have to say, like, the chorus is actually, like, pretty tame. Almost like a bit
Yeah.
too simple because of the sliders.
Yeah, it's like he did the same rhythm as the last entry, except the last entry just had,
Yeah,
like,
but with
twice
nicer
the slider
sliders.
velocity. Exactly. It's got key sounding. That's nice.
But yeah, it's hard to hear though.
Off-key sounding.
Yeah, it sounds kind of weird. I don't know if it's actually correct key sounding.
Completely off in part. Good attempt, I guess.
Actually, it sounds like
It's
it's like
something.
harmonic. It's not like following it, like doing a
That
melody
could
that
be it, yeah.
complements it. Yeah, I think so. We just messed up once, I think. Hmm.
I don't think any of us even commented on it, but this does have like really subtle storyboarding. I guess a lot of this entry is really subtle stuff, like the key sounding and storyboarding, and just all the gimmicks it uses are really not in your face.
Yeah.
I wish it was more in my face though.
Ooh. I don't know what to say other than that, I guess.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
similar to the last two entries, and it didn't
Yeah.
do much that's really cool. But it wasn't bad either. So
Yeah, it was like, I enjoyed it as a map, but for what Aspire is, I guess it probably is a little bit on the lacking side, but it was fun. That one was definitely fun. It's
Yeah.
probably just because it's really playable and I could get a good accuracy on it. So I was like, yeah, this one's good.
makes you feel good.
It did.
It's very well mapped too, like the structure, the aesthetics, flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once the contest is over, just go for rank. You can do it.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
honestly.
Yeah, but
It's over
this,
5 minutes too.
this thing could just like get rid of the actual unrankable stuff and get ranked pretty much as is.
Wait, what's happening?
Okay,
And
we're
moving on
to
to
our next one.
Ferocious Seal.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
Just a few
And-
moments.
Okay, yeah. Just give us a little yelp.
And go.
Hi.
All right. This is one of our few entries that did not have any assets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it didn't even use custom combo colors.
Yeah,
but
that's
this
kind of
thing,
sad, but
it
well.
is- but it's got a lot of energy in it.
It
Especially
has
for this
a lot of things.
Calm. At least it's not going intense here right now. At the beginning, I was kind of scared because it was going like super hardcore for super calm stuff, but now it's like taking its time.
It's kind of important to note that like skinning and storyboarding and little cosmetic changes really make an Aspire entry go a lot further than it
Yeah,
normally would.
it feels so boring just seeing what looks like a normal map because there's no like assets at all.
Yeah, it doesn't have assets, but I mean, still, like, in terms of, like,
Oh, that looked like a fun pattern to play.
yeah, like, in terms of patterning and stuff, this thing is really good, and I don't feel like it should be completely discredited because the guy was too lazy to make them objects,
course
but
not,
at
yeah.
the same time, I really like the 2-button section that he does right here.
So just imagine
Yeah.
if he had put the effort into the cosmetic stuff there.
Hmm.
I think it would go a lot farther than it's
Ooh.
probably going to if he did.
Yeah, I really thought the 2-button patterns he did, though, was probably some of the most intuitive 2-button patterns. I don't really know how you'd hit those triples, but I mean,
Well,
if
the
you got,
triples
Don't
would be
worry, I
like
have no
3
idea
buttons.
either.
yeah.
But like
So
they're
that-
played really intuitively, like the locations.
Oh yeah, the locations are absolutely intuitive. I don't have alternate fingers.
Oh my, what is this?
I
Oh,
was
this
gonna
is
say,
this is rave mode.
That was like a huge difficulty spike. in my
Oh, for
opinion.
sure.
I was gonna say it was like really focused, but then like right there it just seemed to completely break that focus of 2B stuff.
I'm just gonna say that it says 5 here, not 4.
But
But
it's starting
okay.
a random countdown and stopping at 2. I don't know why it does it. Anyone knows? Like,
It doesn't.
it counts down to 2 and then it just stops.
I don't think it actually stops. It's like after you see this horizontal thing, it's gonna flip vertically. It's gonna be like the 1, right? Yeah. See, it's close enough. Trying to make.
Okay,
Trying
okay.
to say it's good when I don't know if it's actually what the map wanted it to be.
Nice
I have no idea
triangles.
Super triangle.
Spicy triangles.
Doritos. Oh man.
Oh, that's one of the less playable sections, I think. At least the stream jump pings that we just had. In this part, it looks like a tag 4 map. Like,
Yeah.
if you as if you're supposed to play this with 4 people, and then it just stops that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But then again, like, we've seen so many tag 4 maps too, that's not something that's really that crazy either. I mean, there was a lot of innovation near the beginning of it, and then it just feels like it just got super duper hard just for the sake of it.
This one's difficulty name before it was Mask was Tag Spire, so it probably is meant to be Tag 4.
Oh.
Oh no, now
okay.
it's just going all freedom dive.
Yeah,
Yep.
Streams.
So this will be next year's OWC tiebreaker.
Yeah, good idea.
Sure. No, I
I can
don't
hear
think
Lockhart
we'll do that.
screaming at the top of his
Oh,
lungs.
oh yes, that's the nutshell part. I had that noted down that it does have that too.
I noticed like a lot of like mappers have been using. Oh, nice.
God,
Spicy
the
triangles.
triangles.
Spicy.
But they've
Also-
been using those like really long sliders for that section consistently. This is like the 3rd entry now that uses really long sliders.
He
Yeah.
did sort of both. He did both streams and the super long sliders.
So, just for Twitch chat's amusement here, guys, I know you want to say Monstrata is the mapper behind all these, but Monstrata's the judge. He's with us. We're in the judge box.
Can't map the map.
He
He's
didn't
judging
do
the map.
anything. Yeah, none of this is Monstrata.
And he likes
A lot of
triangles.
yeah, a lot of it might be heavily Monstrata inspired.
Yeah.
And because they knew Monstrata was a judge, they might have went, I'm gonna hit it with triangles and see what happens. Like playing to his
Well, it ended up
weaknesses.
here, so that was apparently that worked. Like, yeah.
Yeah, they got him into the top 12. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
a triangle. Everything. Monstrata looked at it. I like these triangles.
Yo, that triangle slider animation though. That was like
Mm.
10 out of 10 spicy triangles.
All right, I do believe we're going to be moving on to Forlorn Thrasher
Yeah.
in 5, boys.
This time.
All right. This is another no asset map
It's
here.
got combo colors though.
It does
Yeah,
have combo
It's got
colors.
combo colors. It's one step ahead.
If I'm right, this is one that I think.
Screen and are still like full combo able. I don't know.
I like how the
That was-
spinner like
yeah.
follows the
What
circle.
was that?
Like it spins in the same like velocity as the circle.
What I like about this part is that it's kind of mapping the lyrics like around the earth, and then you just go in a full circle.
Oh, yeah,
I
true.
didn't notice that.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. Also, it's just very clean in those sections too. Like, you could see that the mapper put a lot of detail in making sure that everything was really flush and that the notes were really smooth. I mean, like, I'm just loving the symmetry that's in this thing already.
Yeah, these slider patterns are really clean.
This whole map's really clean. Yeah. This part's actually really cool, where it changes
Yeah, like
up
that.
the
Yeah.
breaks their expectations.
Earlier it was like just sliders, then it became 2B, then it became just circles.
The last one was just like some super fast slide.
Yeah, this is another really nice section in terms of like just how it goes with the map and how it's created. And then
Choo-choo train.
yeah, then there's trains,
And now we got trains.
and then the smoke
Any-
from the train.
Anyone
Yeah.
knowing why it's trains? Like, or
Who knows? Who the fuck?
I don't know, but it looks good.
Yeah, I like that. I don't
Yo,
know.
this is so cool though, like the pie slider or something. I don't know what it's called, but you see like the triangles alternate too in terms of where they are.
yeah. We'll take reverse arrows on both.
No, there were real like repeat arrows, then they became fake.
This map is doing a lot of breaking your expectations with this house design.
I like the 5, it looks nicer than the other one.
Design gives it some real presence that I think the
Yeah.
previous didn't have.
I really like this one in terms of design and what it does. I mean, it's not doing too many breaky things, but when it does do breaky things, it does it really well.
Yeah, it has like it shows restraint in terms of like when it decides to break things and when it decides not to.
Yet it always keeps a really pretty face on, which just goes to show you there was probably a lot of time put into this map.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's my 1 pixel slider.
Yeah, so many entries have done it so far. I really like those bolt sliders.
I think reverse arrows are going out of fashion here.
The rise sliders are the new meta.
Yeah.
Something's about to happen. Lots of build-up going on.
Yeah.
I really like the slider patterns he has, and then he had patterns inside of the pattern. And just visually aesthetic, right here is where I was just like, this is amazing. Playable?
Yes.
No. Amazing? Yes.
Yes.
Alright, those like keys, like I feel like that's like he's actually like doing like what you're supposed to play on a piano, like in slider art.
I thought it was supposed to be a visual, like a visualizer.
Yeah, like an equalizer,
Yeah,
or a spectrum
like an
display.
equalizer.
It would be cool to see like key sounded sliders. Or like sliders that like imitate what you're supposed to play on a piano. Something to check later.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it was clean, but it was also like gimmicky in how it approached different unrankable elements.
Yeah, I really liked how clean that one was, and the symmetry on it was just absolute love. And you could tell that like they really took their time with the creation of it. You had the diamonds inside the circles, then the little squares inside the diamonds, and those are all just slider art, but it looked really good the entire time. The only thing I could really say about that one, because I really like it, is that it probably would have been amazing if he had the chance to be able to storyboard it. And I hope that it, at the very least, even if he's not the winner, and even if he doesn't, he should definitely finish that up, tighten it up, or do something more with it, because it's really good. I mean, even as is, you get something decent.
I agree. I really like just he did it maybe 4 times, breaking your expectations with establishing patterns and breaking those patterns in really subtle ways that just were really cool. Like we already talked about those sliders near the beginning, but there were those wave sliders like near the end of the chorus where like I don't know, he would just overlap stuff in a way that made it so it would just trick you every time you try to play it.
Oh yeah,
It's
true.
really
true.
interesting. Really interesting.
As far as aesthetics go, this entry is definitely up there.
For sure.
Yep. Like, especially the way the sliders are designed too. They're just really intuitive and yeah. Okay, are we going to the next one?
I do believe
Yep.
so.
Yeah. Alright. Alright.
Is that a base?
Looks
I
like
think it is a vase.
It's like the Oblivion symbol.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say,
Oh,
man.
okay.
You know, from the
Makes
Elder
a lot more
Scrolls.
sense.
question mark.
Or the template.
Question mark.
Yeah.
It's not sure what it is.
That's a penis.
I like how. Please.
Please.
Open to interpretation.
Its surface blazes bright, masking shadows below.
Good old drum sample sets.
I like how that one goes like the opposite way instead of just going in circles. The slider.
You know, those slow holds, they might have been impressive way back then, but we've seen people literally break the crap out of the game and make. We've even seen people take standard and make completely different game modes out of it at this point. But if used properly, they still can add a lot to a map. But it's hard for me to really say much about this one after just seeing how awesome the previous one was.
Yeah, it's not quite as
It's kind of underwhelming in that aspect. Yeah.
Triangle.
There's a Dorito.
great.
There's even Dorito
There's some
colors.
twisties.
Oh my god.
I mean, I feel like there's some parts in this that are pretty decent, and then it like
Huh.
goes from being like really pretty to like just kind of I didn't really take the time to make it as pretty as I could have. Like me, you know?
I don't know.
Perfect.
This one
I
seems
don't
really
know.
clean to me.
The maps really
It's not that interesting.
are as stuff goes. It's centered around symmetric patterns a lot. Like that
And
seems to be
stuff like,
Oh, yo, this is pretty cool slider, right?
Yeah, that was actually.
is that a use?
Yeah, basically. I don't know why they did that.
Yo, this is so
Oh,
cool though. It's like
this
a
is cool.
hourglass that like empties out.
Yeah, this definitely seems to get a little bit more creative towards the midsection.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because usually like people like burn out at the
Yeah.
end.
Maybe mapped it backwards.
Yeah, backwards mapping. You know, that's innovation.
No, I used to map the final section sometimes.
No, I mean like mapping the last object first, and going backwards in time.
Oh,
I feel like I need to try that now. It sounds really cool.
These joins so cleanly.
yeah. Now the sliders are. It really does look like he put in, like, it got way more creative as it went on instead of, like, what we've seen so far with the other entries.
And it's especially common here because like this song is so long compared to normal stuff people would map. Like every other
That's
Aspire
the
entry was
challenge.
2 minutes. And the challenge here is just being like 6 minutes long.
You gotta keep it up the whole time. Some entries are better at that than others.
anyone having an idea how to read that grass slider?
No.
Just hope
You just
just
hope.
hope for the best and go forward.
I guess it's vaguely spiral-like, I suppose.
This chorus isn't all that interesting.
Yeah, like a
Compared
lot
to
of
what the
presents.
beginning was.
Stuff before it was way more interesting than this chorus.
Yeah.
See, this is a real struggle that I kind of like wanted to exemplify when I picked this song. Is that it's really easy to just kind of run flat after a while. You just kind of run out of ideas.
And it's unfortunate, really, because I mean, a lot of the ideas they have, and I'm going for all the creators here, a lot of the ideas they had were pretty good. It's just like, that's kind of one of the biggest challenges with dealing with a 6-minute map. I mean, even if you're trying to do it without breaking rules, it would be incredibly hard. So, and with you having to do stuff that most people aren't familiar with, that's even more added pressure.
Is he giving emojis right now?
I think he is.
That was
I don't know what
lovely.
that is.
Yeah, not
Tapeworm?
this, but
That was the lit emoji.
Yep.
Oh shit, I'm old.
Oh, see
And
another
fire.
one.
That's really clean. I like that.
Yeah.
That is. The curves on that are spectacular.
He wants this map to be on fire.
I think visuals are pretty clean, but could still use a bit more work. Like
Yeah,
the
I-
symmetry that they use, it's pretty nice.
I feel like it was strongest in the middle section of the map. I feel like that's where he really pulled out all the stops. Yeah.
kinda, it was pretty boring otherwise. So.
Yeah, the uterus slider was pretty lit though. I mean, come on. Nobody else giggled at that, even when they just saw it in the editor.
I know there's more high quality sliders coming up soon, I think.
All right, so it looks like we're on Somber Ibis.
Right, this is the one that
This is one that like
people are interested in.
The one that got posted on Reddit, the one that got leaked.
The lead.
Well, they all got leaked. This one was the crowd
One-
favorite. I can understand why too, because it's pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
Like it just belies the whole map belies this really strong understanding of the editor. I think.
He's visually
Did
that
you try
looks like
new client and it just died.
Its surface
I like how the slider like changes speeds, like within the slider itself.
Yeah, and it's so seamless too. Like there's no hint of it.
all these slider shapes. I can just see them on any Camellia map. They're so common.
Camellia next to Spire, maybe?
I feel like the 2B like locations are like not really intuitive though.
There's
And
that's something.
yes,
Yeah, that
Something.
literally made no sense to me when I very first saw it at all, and I had to have Monstrata explain to me what just actually happened because
Like
I
a
did not know. Yeah, I was like, because I was like, okay, maybe that's storyboarded. So I went back in and I'm like, wait, no, that's not storyboarded at all. What's just happened?
Dude, it's storyboarded sliders. Oh yo, this is so cool. Like the way it changes depending on like the location.
It doesn't even look like it's a broken slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to that weird gimmick thing though, like it's nice that they just hinted at it. They didn't actually like use it for the entire map right there.
I
Just,
think
like,
you use it
hey,
again like later on and
Yeah.
it's much more extended.
yeah, they're just like showing you, hey, we're gonna do something cool.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah.
people do this. Monstrata, I think you do know how though. Want to like explain? 'Cause I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it's-
everyone watching this has no idea.
What is happening?
I
You
had no
basically
idea.
have to like, you have to make the slider like really big. Like, you know, like normally sliders are like 400, 500 pixels. You have to make this like basically like 10 to 20,000 pixels. So it's like so off screen that like the slider actually breaks itself. Yeah.
I think this was one of the entries that actually breaks if you open it in the editor in certain configurations.
Oh yeah, mine crashed all the time while looking at this.
mine
Yep.
did for
I
some
can-
reason.
I can confirm this thing destroyed my house a couple times.
You want something hilarious? Try and open it in laser.
Oh god.
I think the
No,
game
thank
just
you.
stops there if you open it. In it.
And
Just
you
tell
can
you to
What was
do
it?
It plays it, it's just you can't, so you die pretty quickly.
Okay.
I'd still give it a go though. Give it a go with all the Aspire entries if you're curious.
It's cool color work right there. Throughout this entire part actually.
lasts forever.
It's good patterning.
what I like about this part is that some of the patterns are like obviously intuitive. You just have to keep your cursor in the middle of these triangle streams in order to play them.
I really like how he just makes it very clear that certain sections of the song like deserve different gimmicks. It's like this whole chorus compared to the last part, it's so much more extreme.
Yeah.
He makes that really clear with combo colors too. His gimmick color is this orange and red thing.
Just doesn't feel as intuitive for a 2v. Especially with like a triplets.
Possibly, but it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Plus one novel.
I would question playability a bit, but we'll see. Maybe it is actually like completely playable.
Surprisingly, I didn't have as many troubles playing this one compared to some of the others.
I mean, it's like really readable. Oh, do you see like these like random like sliders at the background?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It scared the fuck out of me the first time I saw it. They come out of nowhere.
I wish you made them like slider arts, like ghosts, you know, like or something. That's what I was like trying to do with like when I was trying to do the Aspire thing. Was make like little like ghosts that like randomly appear at the background, like those sliders, like just to spook you.
Oh, like ghost slider combo burst.
These are pretty nice sliders. I like how this
Last
like
one
trails
says-
right off screen.
Dude, that thing
don't
looks
see the
like a
slider
spooky
end.
ghost.
This is a pretty damn cool entry.
Oh, understatement of the century, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. This was,
This is one fucking rock my socks off.
I mean, if I had to say a favorite, it would be that one so far.
Pretty completely.
I'd say in terms of like what Aspire is all about, that's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, just
Like-
because it used an idea that we hadn't seen in any other entries in like either.
Actually, one of the other entries also used it as like
I
the,
think the first one,
Really.
yeah,
the one with the
astonished.
storyboard,
Yeah, I
it
can't
had, like,
remember.
Right,
Flows?
right. I remembered those.
Yeah,
It wasn't like the focus.
it wasn't like used in a way that was like in the gameplay though. It was just like randomly at the
Yeah.
background.
This was a lot cooler, I think.
Definitely a very, very strong entry, that one. I think we'll start moving on to the next one now, which is Superior Thrasher, I believe.
All right.
all right.
Just a very quick reminder while we kick off, you do have 3 votes to spend. So you can vote for multiple maps. I don't think you only have to vote for one.
I was thinking it was just one. I
Also
remember
2,
what-
but then
was the last CBC only one vote? I think it was.
wasn't it? Was it one? I honestly forget.
I think it was. And I remember I didn't like it because I wanted to vote for multiple stuff.
Yeah, well, we figured people would really have multiple favorites.
Yeah.
with this.
Do the votes have any like weight to them? Like, is one like the number one vote that gets more points, or is it just 3 votes?
It's just 3 votes, but we can weight them later if need be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard act to follow right here. Going after Somberitis.
It isn't over yet, though.
I mean, this is super subjective. I just feel like I'm so bored by the white combo conversion.
No, I
was
kind
so
of agree.
I was so into like the fancy colors from the last one that it's just like these super neutral colors are just kind of uninteresting.
Yeah, I get what you mean completely. Especially with so many visually compelling entries before this as well.
Yeah. I feel like this would have done better, like just from the if it was not after Somberitis.
think any entry would have done better if it
True.
was.
Yes. It's not really doing anything particularly interesting right now. I mean, it's sort of doing like what the first couple entries did, where it had some ideas, but I've seen them a million times now. But they're in every entry. So it's like, I'm not too into it right now.
Five keys to open our way. 5 torches to light our path. Flesh
Like, all this stuff seems super rankable.
Which is good, I guess, but it's not Aspire.
I mean, yeah,
You don't bring rankable into Aspire, you bring unrankable into Aspire. It's the entire fucking point.
Or if you can merge unrankable and rankable together, you get more in my book. But I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. This one was just
These jumps are so big though, like for a section that's not really that intense. I feel.
yeah, that it felt a little bit forced.
Yeah.
Aspire you can break rules, but if you're breaking rules that just like make them that bad,
Yeah, that's not good. You wanna try to break them and be good.
Yeah, nothing much happening here.
Yeah, the combos, like the patterns don't really like go too well with each other. Like it feels too self-contained. Doesn't feel like it integrates itself with like other combos.
I mean, I'll give it the credit that it is better than some of the other maps we saw when like weeding out through the massive amount of submissions. But
gotten into the top 12.
yeah, but in terms of like what the top 12 has to offer, I mean, like this whole section just literally screams, "I'm Freedom Dive. Notice
Yeah.
me, senpai.
It's just
Pay
completely
attention to me!
I can be edgy,
Hello, here's a lot of circles.
pretty much."
Love the
I
Reddit.
even went back and tried to see if maybe they made some kind of like really cool shape or something. No, it was just it was just there. I was like, did I just
Oh,
get
that's
my...
where is this where it ends? Like, or
That is. Oh,
Is
no.
this the end?
no, no,
Oh, I know.
no. I think
No, it puts a break in the
break.
middle of in the breakdown, which is honestly the stupidest thing I've seen so
okay.
far.
Yeah, the break.
Why?
Actually, yeah. Why?
Did
It's
they
the same.
forget like to map that part?
Yeah, maybe they just ran out of time.
Yeah, I could understand running out of time, but that really hurts it in the long
Doing
run.
fair? No, I can't understand it at all. I know I map crap, but honestly, that's just why.
Like Ephemeral, like some people don't map the beginning of the song right away. He might have planned out other sections and maybe had something planned for that, and it just didn't happen.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's just I see that and I get angry. Like, why would you do this?
Dude, is that a Pokemon?
Wow.
I don't know
It
what
might
it
What kind
is
of
a
Pokemon
cloister.
would that even be?
is.
It looks
Is it
like
a
a
butthole?
cloister. A butthole?
Well, yeah, okay. Not much to say about that entry.
Yeah,
It's
I
a map.
really,
It's a map.
I really
Freedom
don't
Dive
have
2.0.
It's a beat map in the
Freedom
contest.
Dive. It's Dive Freedom, there we go.
We're getting very close to the end now, though we've only got a couple more entries left. But I do promise you, there is another one that's really good that I think people will like. So, while we kind of reamed Superior Thrasher here a little bit, don't think that it's just going to be like this from here on,
Yeah.
So, that being said, even if we did ream it pretty hard, I guess it is it's a decent beat map in its own right, I suppose. Just, we have been at this for what, like, over an hour now?
Yeah, and it's not only that though. I mean, like in all honesty, like I don't feel like we're just downing it because it's not a good map or anything. Because I mean, in its own right, some of the stuff he did is pretty impressive. But in terms of the scope that we've already seen, I mean, like for a few of the judges, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I already feel like I know which one that really caught most of our eyes. I can't speak for them, but I feel like we've all already seen the one that's like, boom. So, like, I'm not saying that the next ones are going to be anything under that, but there is at least one more that gets really ridiculous.
How many more do we have?
I
Three
think
more.
maybe like 3 or 2 more.
3 more.
Okay.
Yep.
So
The
far,
next- Go ahead.
so far, I think Somber Ibis, my personal favorite. This one, maybe my personal least favorite. It feels really bad to say something like that, but
Well, I mean, that's the whole part of being a judge. Like, I wholeheartedly am going super soft because, like, when Ephemeral originally told me that it was going to be more freeform and we just got to talk about, I was like, great, I get to shit on the maps I don't like. But then I thought about it and I'm like,
Oh no.
I'm not gonna shit on mappers. That's mean. So,
Dude, they could be
instead-
like listening right now. Be
dude,
like,
I hope they're listening because, like, every one of you guys, good job. You made it to the top 12. But in all honesty, not all of you are going to win. And just try harder next time. You guys are on the right path for sure. Any of these 12 definitely have an idea of what Aspire is. Some better than others.
yeah, you probably don't want to see what we had to sort through just to get these top 12. There was
Yeah.
some.
Oh, good God.
Really bad.
Some really hot garbage.
I really appreciate one. It was an anime girl. That was the entire map.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
did we actually?
Yes, bad thing.
No, we don't have.
Wait,
don't have
are we
that
gonna
one.
show that? We should show that.
Do we got a screenshot that we could throw up? Is that
Yeah,
even
dude,
possible?
that was like 10 out of 10 slider art.
10 out of 10 slider art.
Where is that one?
I think it's
Even if we can't put it on stream, maybe we could at least link it in Twitch chat because people need to see that. I mean, as a map, it was nothing but very impressive slider
there. It is
art.
There it is.
very impressive.
Like, that's the entirety of the map, guys.
Okay, we'll try and get that to show for you. But in the meanwhile, I think we'll move on to our next entry, which is Tranquil Chipmunk.
Yes.
So we'll head that off in.
This one has a personal favorite pattern of mine. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Like,
We have to start
can't-
first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, there's a long intro.
Yeah.
Very long intro.
Well, it is Tranquil Chipmunk after all.
Yeah, but could have got a skip. I'm hitting the space bar and nothing's happening. I'm
Yeah,
mad.
deadbeat. Could have got a skip.
And this one, like, in all honesty, when this one came to me, I was so glad because the no asset maps were really bad. A lot of them were really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I had completely given up hope for the no asset maps. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm looking at these. And then just a few of them came out shining. And this one, it doesn't do too much crazy stuff, but I gotta get props to that slider. I loved it. And you guys will definitely see what I'm talking about here soon.
Quick little fact, this one was a 4-pointer as far as competitive scoring goes. We judged all maps by a metric of yes, maybe no. Yes being 1 point, maybe being half a point, no being no point. And all the judges voted yes for this one. This one was a 4-pointer. As was Somber Ibis.
I really like what they did with the intensity of the music. They managed to make those sliders work really well with it.
Yeah.
Like those crunched up spires where you just have to aim for the thing. Like, even if gimmick itself is unfamiliar to you, it'll be kind of straightforward the first try.
These are some pretty clean patterns. Yo, that one looks pretty cool. Like this one feels actually fun to play. Looking at it.
Yeah, not only is it fun to play, it looks fun to watch even. And I mean, quite a few of them have been really fun to watch, but playability and watchability is pretty neat.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the round thing was very smooth.
I like how it still maintains some sort of playability while also following the song and doing some Aspire stuff.
That infinity thing, that's pretty cool. The slider velocity changes.
This part's like pretty normal, but I guess it fits the song pretty well. The song isn't really doing much right now.
Whenever the piano does something, the slider velocity goes all the way down. In that part that we just had.
The map isn't quite as like edgy as I want it to be. It's still pretty cool.
I just personally think this one was a bit strange to get a 4-pointer, considering it was only
Yeah.
1 of 3.
I'm thinking about it, like, maybe we just didn't look at the entries as in depth as we could have. I mean, it's cool. for
No, I
sure.
think it's because of the slider art. Yeah, here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dab. That was amazing.
Yeah.
True innovation in Hockey Maker.
I mean, yeah, I know Monstata did the same thing last year, but it's a full-blown guy doing a dab. Like, I thought that was impressive. Plus, it's pretty memey.
Yeah.
I mean, it did take some thought though. You have to introduce the guy animation for someone to actually recognize, oh, that's a person. But otherwise, we just see like the dab animation guy, and you think, oh, that's a weird looking slider.
Yeah.
So you recognize it. There's thought behind the dab. The dab is art.
Pretty decent show in this section as well, I think.
Yeah, it's very clean. I mean, it's not as crazy as some of the other sections, but then again, there's not as much going on, and it's kind of a cooldown section, but yet it's still intense in terms of like breaking stuff. He takes a little bit of a break from going for straight break to like kind of just like, here's some nice map. Yeah, I really like that one personally. Like, that would probably be right up there with Somber Ibis for me.
Yeah, I thought it was really awesome, actually.
I'm just disappointed there was no hit sounds.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that could be added in after the fact, of course, but yeah, it would have it just show that extra little bit of polish.
But I guess that's unrankable, which... Okay, never mind. It's not the right kind of edgy.
Dude, it's all the right kind of edgy. He had the exact right idea. Everybody that didn't use hit sounds are like, well, I'm just following Aspire's rules, guys.
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna map. Because that's edgy.
just submit a blank.
Yeah.
I am the best.
This is true innovation.
Speaking of true innovation, we do have that little screenshot that we were talking about earlier, if Lockdown could bring that up.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that slide in a while.
It's absolutely horrifying, if I'm honest.
The number one entry that didn't get into this.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. It was pulled up. I think it got kind of
We see
brought
it
up on
now.
stream.
Yeah,
There it goes.
okay. It's where now?
That is a beautiful work of art. 10 out of 10. Definitely
Yeah.
honorable mention.
The true
Yeah.
challenge here is to figure out who mapped it. I'm pretty sure like anyone can figure it out. I mean, look at it. Doesn't it look familiar?
A little bit.
You know, a certain animal-eared person that uses an avatar like that. Who could it be?
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Starts
If
with
you
an
look at
M.
it too long, it blinks. Okay, thank God, that's enough of that.
Alright.
I suppose we'll move on to our next one, which is our second last entry. It is called Uncouth Constrictor. 11 out of 12. Locktab will take us to that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, an anime girl background.
You know,
Oh,
there's
I'm
voting for
at
this
least
one.
one of those.
For this song, it seems like really out of place. This
Super
happens
out
It's
of place.
extremely out of place. What are Miku Tits doing here?
Exactly. I mean,
That's
at least with Bold Tiger, it kind of fit a little bit because it
Yeah.
looked like they were praising the Helblin symbol, which kind of makes a little bit more sense. I do like that the mapper took the time to hit sound this one.
The hit sounding in this is actually pretty cool. Like,
Maybe you just wanted
really?
something pleasant to look at.
I kind of thought it was, maybe not in this part, but like when it gets into the
Yeah.
more extreme part, it kind of was really obnoxious. It was just really off-putting sounds, I think.
I feel like that's one of those hit sounds from a Nightcore map I did. Little-
She's just holding out a hand going, give me the votes.
These are like bird eye sliders.
I'm pretty sure there's something else she's asking for. Ephemeral.
And she's asking for change because she's broke. That's why she's in a goddamn Aspire map.
Tasha's falling. What happened to Project Eden, man? I guess they fired her.
Feels like you're playing one of those like laser games, you know, like when you're shooting down aliens. Like the pew pew.
Those were the sounds that just made me like,
Pew pew, Miku Tits.
It's Galaga.
Yeah.
It's literally Galaga sound.
Oh, that's so off-putting.
exactly.
I wish their sliders were a bit better though. Some of them like don't really look that clean.
pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew.
What's the smell?
Oh yeah, here's where it really got
Oh.
ridiculous.
The mapping itself, kind of not that great, I think. It's really simple, I guess.
Kinda cute. Yes.
Yeah.
I like the hip sounding though. I don't know. It's pretty funny.
Was that what he was going for, though? I'm not really sure.
Sounded like an ambulance to me.
This is just like a normal map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, at this point he's just going like all out with the annoying hit sounds.
Actually, it sounds like a bird chirping.
Sounds annoying.
Yeah, okay. It was funny for like the first minute.
Yeah, principal example of taking a gimmick and overusing it.
Yeah.
Strangely relevant considering it has an anime girl background as well.
This is, I think, the only actual gimmick in the map right here.
Kinda.
This
Done
Yeah,
well.
Yeah, you have to, in game you have to guess where some of those slider ticks are in order to figure out where to stop on those.
yeah,
Ones
it's
that are
like
near the ends.
it's kind of weird that they don't like do it right at the start of the head though. Like they make it move like a bit.
But each of those sliders is like different lengths is kind of off-putting. Like it's not really intuitive to get the idea behind it.
No, you'd have to go through it once or twice to understand that he has it pausing on the ticks at all.
And ending it up with,
A heart, of course.
of course.
Yeah, I said whatever it was. Superior Thrasher, not that interested in, but I think that one takes a number one for the one I'm least interested in.
Ooh.
Sorry, whoever mapper is.
Dude, those some
Ouch.
anime mappers, probably like some popular mapper.
He's gonna
Maybe
be like, no.
Popular anime mapper.
yeah, the map isn't very special though. It's got one gimmick near the end. The first 4 minutes or so were just
And a bunch of hit sounds.
Yes, a bunch of weird hit sounds and like
And animated.
straightforward mapping, and that's the most important.
Basically, let's be honest. No holds barred. Now, there is one more entry left. And I promise you, this one is not like this one, or like the one before, or the one before that. So we're gonna end on a little bit of a bang here, I guess. So if Loctav would kindly move us to Versatile Mallard, we can get this last one underway. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, looking forward to this one.
Pay close attention to the background on this one because it is storyboarded very
Oh
subtly.
yeah, they take the actual Aspire background and storyboard it. That's pretty neat.
Oh, I didn't notice that even.
It is watching this one.
Oh.
Very well done.
Is that like custom skin or is that just storyboard?
Both, I think.
Oh, slider track overlay, right? Something like that.
Just the border. The track overlays the same. These slider ticks are kind of way too loud.
Kind of.
Good, they're gone now.
I like how like they delayed the slider until like the last hit.
Oh, here we go.
And here we go in circles.
Oh, that section. I just love the way they use the hold to stagger the movement of the cursor. It's perfectly just how it actually like flows through the song as well. Oh, I can't even articulate it on that impress.
The subtle.
I like how they repeat it like
yeah.
That's it. Oh, 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 it's
This
too
is
good.
doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff we haven't seen so far in other entries, I suppose.
Yeah, I really like a lot of the circle slider art this one had.
And, like Otto is trying to keep up.
Whoa.
This part though,
Entries must be playable.
Play it?
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's nice though.
It's stretching the definition a bit, but
That's the point, and that's the
that's
beauty
the
of it.
point.
You can just imagine some top players sitting there just swearing themselves.
I think those are playable though, you just have to click the slider head. If they did it right.
Yeah, but everything's gonna be 100.
Yeah, true. Unless they stack the slider head somehow.
I think this thing doesn't even have star rating on like
Yeah, it actually
the song
calculates.
select.
The difficulty calculator cannot calculate So when you open the judging pack, it will be the only entry without a star rating. That's how broken
Yeah.
it is.
This is the one that crashed my computer every time.
This is one that I opened thrice and it crashed my OS
Yeah.
every time.
I have to judge this like by like looking at it in auto instead of going through it in editor.
It has a couple of infinite BPM sections as well, I think.
Yeah, those tend to crash editor really easily.
Yeah, this one's really got a lot of intuitive patterns, and just how it manages to break the game quite a bit is pretty nice. And I really like the holds there that you can get back to.
I like the spiral.
Yeah, that spiral is really well done. Kind of like a sinkhole.
Staying on screen is overrated. Anyways.
Of course.
So it's
I like how this
BPM
entry actually like does that, goes off screen, but does it consistently. Instead of just doing it for the sake of going off screen.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there either, but that was pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was my initial thought when I saw it too. I was just like, well, that's neat.
Good climax.
Yeah.
And he brings it all back in the lead out. It's kind of like a reward for actually living through all that.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm done mind fudging your brain, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and give you some stuff that you can actually understand.
Yeah, just to like cool down.
I like that little touch at the end there.
This
Nice.
bit is
Great.
I wonder if we'll be seeing this in the game for real sometime. Maybe.
It is possible, maybe.
What's happening thing?
No one knows what is happening. Very impressed with that. It's a very, very impressive entry.
Hmm.
Yeah, visually, I guess like it's not quite the same as other maps, but I mean, it's more interesting in other ways for sure.
Yeah, definitely executes 2B in a unique way.
I feel like in terms of breaking the map, it's probably, I mean, of breaking the editor and what Aspire really aims for, it's probably one of the highest contenders in that aspect because it literally breaks your editor
Yes,
every
definitely.
time.
Yeah.
That one you've got to be real careful about.
And
I
playability
think this
wasn't
thing
really the
is like
focus on it.
unique way, its unique category of interesting.
Mhm.
Like there's nothing quite like it among
It's
the other
very
entries.
Yeah, in terms of aesthetic as well, it has a very kind of, I think the unknown thing at the end kind of really takes away what it was going for in terms of feel. Like the way that the background is kind of like warped slightly in color and all the patterns are a bit, all over the place. It's a very unknown, very uncertain kind of feel to it.
Hmm. But it really fits the song's theme too.
Yeah,
I feel.
that's what impressed me the most about it as well. I was like, holy shit, this really fits the song.
Mm.
Or if you have entries like Somber Ibis, which are kind of like spectacles in their own right, you could realistically and feasibly do those kind of spectacles with kind of any song, I guess. But with this
Yeah.
one, it kind of latches onto the sort of the darker sensation that the song has and kind of rolls with it. I think that's really something to applaud, to be honest. It kind of belies a really strong understanding from a mapper's perspective about where they wanted to go with this. So yeah,
But now, the real thing, we've given our opinions on all the maps, but really now it's up to you guys. What did you think, Twitch? Did you enjoy what you saw? Which one are you going to vote for? I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, voting is open, right, Ephemeral?
it is open. It is absolutely open. It's been open the whole stream.
You
Yeah,
want to link
so-
that in Twitch chat?
We probably should.
There you go. And Dandy Link. We also have the artist of the song. We have Hellblend here in chat with us. I think he was pretty thrilled that I wanted to use the Solace of Oblivion for the song. As soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, we've got to use it. He's one of our featured artists. Very, very talented man. Exceptional at what he does.
Oh yeah, nice man to
And you-
talk to too.
And if you like his work, because you've heard it for probably like a whole hour and a half now, there are a bunch of other tracks from him on our featured artist listing that are perfectly free to be used in OS for mapping. So if you want to give that a shot, or maybe even try and make your own take on what you would have done for Aspire, even though the contest entries are actually closed now, you can go ahead and do that and post it up, and maybe you could get it loved. There's nothing saying you can't.
Except a giant wave of angry people that would be like, what is this?
Yeah, the map thread of any of those will probably be
Yeah.
some
I mean, like-
really confused people about what the hell is Aspire.
Yeah, like Aspire, the winner gets that one, like, everybody gets one. The winner manages to get that through, but that doesn't go to say for the other ones, just because, like, the winning entry gets that as kind of like a prize, I guess. And the
Yeah.
other entries...
And the second place also gets loved, right?
Yeah,
I think last Aspire second place got laughed.
Why
we
am I
might
always...
do- we might do second and third will get love this time. I'm not sure, because we've had a couple of very good entries this time, and it seems a shame to kind of leave them out.
Yeah. And they're all like 5 minutes too. There's quite a lot of mapping involved and investment going into it.
That, and people have 3 votes as well, so it seems kind of silly if people say, "Here, you have 3 votes," except one of them doesn't mean shit. So
Yeah, true.
So yeah, we'll probably go with second and third will be able to get loved as well. But yeah, I kind of want to go through each of the judges real quick and just say, if you had a favorite entry, we'll start with Monstrata and then I'll go through the other judges. Monstrata, out of all the entries we just saw, which one do you reckon was your favorite?
Let me check. Well, one of them obviously was the Somber Ibis because of like the technical aspect of it, like those sliders, dude. They're like
Yeah.
really well done, and really technically like hard to achieve. But let me find the other one. I think it was like, yeah, Forlorn Thrasher was also really impressive to me. Like the way like the sliders like integrated with each other and patterns, and it was like really quite playable too. But I'm not sure about my third vote though. It's
I think that one
probably.
a bit of thought.
Yeah, more thought. I'm like debating between the Tranquil Chipmunk and the Versatile Mallard because they're both like pretty good. And like the Versatile Mallard, like the 2B stuff, like really impressed me.
Exceptional, yeah.
Yeah, but then can't overlook that slider animation from the dabbing slider.
Damn, too. Tough choice, that one.
Yeah.
For sure. Hey, Pishy Fat, what would you say is your favorite entry out of the ones we've seen today?
Well, Monstrata kind of stole what I was about to say. He said Somber Ibis. Yeah, Somber Ibis would be my number one. Yeah. Next one would be Forlorn Thrasher. But I think third vote's probably going to go to the first one we actually covered, Astonished Cormorant. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really liked just the way it introduced different ideas that we hadn't seen in any other entries here. Like visual ideas, I guess.
Now, Corin, what would you say is your favorite entries from the ones we've seen?
Well, I think by now that's gonna get kind of boring, but I would also say Somber Ibis,
Yeah, nice.
followed by Versatile Mallard and Astonished Cormorant. Yeah.
Cormorant.
I really liked how each of those maps tried different things in order to fit this contest premise.
It's pretty great to see just the sheer growth of things that people have done this time around. But yeah, Zetra, what were your 3 favorites?
All right, so as you can tell, like, time is going to kind of judge mine a little bit different than the rest of us. So it'll be a little interesting. Tranquil Chipmunk would be my number 1. Somber Ibis would probably be 3. While I really liked what was going on, I just felt like playability kind of fits a little bit more into my curriculum, which is great. That's why we have multiple judges.
Yeah.
And then for the third one, Versatile Mallard would probably be there. So it'd go Tranquil Chipmunk, Tranquil Chipmunk, Mallard, and then Ibis. There we go. Those
Okay,
are my
yeah.
3. Which, so it's not too far off from what you guys did, but just different orders.
Yeah.
Pretty unanimous on Somber Ibis there, though. I think everyone was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was really awesome for what it did, but the dad, man. The dad.
The dad. Oh yeah, I guess that pretty much concludes this presentation of the Aspire 2017 entries.
Oh,
I'd like to... What do you want to say?
just real quick, Ephemeral. Also, guys, if you're interested in watching the videos because you're worried about it crashing your computer and you'd rather be able to view them from a safe distance, all of the entries that we've seen today are going to be posted onto the OS Academy channel under the OS Aspire 2017 contest. There's a whole playlist, so you'll be able to look at each one, and just that way you're not so worried about it if you want to look them over again before you make your judgments final.
Make sure you do give your votes some serious consideration because they are very important. Like, this is for real stuff. You can't just dick around with your votes now. If you really like an entry, you really like a couple of them, you really got to sit down and pull apart which ones you want to vote for, because your votes do matter. They are very important to this. The winner of the contest will be determined probably predominantly by popular votes. So make sure you think long and hard about what you're going to vote for before you do. And yeah, I guess that concludes our presentation for today. And I'd just like to toss out a very, very warm thanks for our 4 wonderful judges who pretty much made this all possible. They are Monstrata, Hakorin, Fishy Fat, and Zetrot, and they have been your wonderful judge/commentators for today. And without them, this wouldn't have happened. So they're great. Excellent.
You're welcome.
People. Thank you all very much. And we're also going to be putting up a post on the forums in a couple of minutes, or an hour or so, asking for feedback on what you all think about this presentation and what you think could be done better, or what you'd like to see from this sort of stuff in the future, because we are going to start experimenting with more presentations like this for different contests and stuff. So thank you everyone for watching, and we all hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you're all excited to see the results of this, because I know I am.
Oh, for sure. My body is ready.
Yeah.
We got all ready. Bodies are all ready. And with that, friends, we will see you next time. And remember, rhythm is only a click away.